Well, look, it's a great fight. Will you be there? AJ said he wants to be there.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, again, it's all down to Dillian Whyte in what capacity I'm going to be there. I'll be supporting him 100%. And yeah, I just hope the fight happens, and I believe Dillian Whyte can win.
Sorry, I have to pick up on that. Why do you say that?
Not in any way, but just these things, Fury's track record's not great in fights. There's a lot of arguments still going on, you know that, you've been accustomed to them. But it's one rule for one rule for the other. At the end of the day, Tyson Fury didn't turn up to Vladimir Klitschko press conference. Dillian Whyte didn't turn up to Tyson Fury press conference. Let's hope everything gets resolved, and let's hope they get in the ring.
What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy Izzy Pop for sending in that much needed coin right now. So we just heard there from Team Dillian to Shillian Shite. Letting slip, yeah, hot mic'd, oops, your man Eddie Hearn from Down Badroom Promotions got caught lacking on a hot mic. Yeah, all stuttering, sounding ass. I hope this fight happens, and we got legal is that the other? Listen, Eddie, let's call a spade here. You know your man Shillian is flapping. I'm gonna blow right now. What your man about to hear? Your man the YB about to blow the lid off this whole skullduggery, uckery that's been going on regarding Shillian. Because guess what? The things I'm hearing right now is that Shillian, his only intention. I've got more videos coming soon. But you best believe Shillian's only intention is to do this fight if he gets 35, 40%, 45%. I'm not sure of the actual percentage. I can't sit here and tell you it's 40% or 37, but I know it's something like that. It's not 30 he wants. He wants 35, 40, 45%. God knows, for all we know, maybe at this point, bear in mind, people, don't forget, Shillian is the man who says, every time I'm treated badly, I expect more. Don't forget that, people. This whole baseless case that Dillian the Shillian Shite put out there in the first place against the WBC, the whole premise of it is on the basis of, you treated me bad, allegedly, for 3 years, so I now must be compensated more because of that. Do you understand? That's what the whole case is about. And I've never heard of this in any sport. Have you ever heard of, name me another boxer here? I'm pretty sure, in fact there has been. Historically, there's been loads of boxers who have felt hard done by, feeling they've earned a shot and haven't got it for whatever reason. Look at Devin Haney, for example. He thinks, you know what I mean? He want this, he want that. To be honest, every challenger feels they're being ducked or feels they're being done wrong. But guess what? I've never heard of someone feeling hard done by and trying to convert that into doubling their purse. I mean, if that was the case, isn't it? Let's go a spade here. Since when has it become the case here that a random challenger fighter who everyone's had a go on, everyone's great uncle, everyone's old great uncle Russian, you know what I mean? Everyone's old 50-year-old great uncle has had a proper go on them, can feel hard done by, and therefore that somehow my name's Dillian the Shillian Shite, and I get knocked out by everyone's great Russian uncle, yeah, with one shot. But I'm so hard done by that the WBC must now pay me 40% rather than 20% because I said so, and my name is Mr. Dillian the Shillian Shite. Why ain't everyone? This begs the question. Shillian Shite man fans. Sporting icons, aka Sporting Shitecons, because that's his wife, his second wife, I believe, behind Lamar Scott, aka Lamar Shite. Yeah? Answer the question. Why don't every fighter who feel hard done by? I mean, where do we draw? That's the problem here. Where do we draw the line here, people? Where do you draw it? Because Dillian here is essentially, or Shillian is essentially trying to make a line in the sand that says anyone who feel hard done by at any level can somehow double up their earnings. Why isn't there, over the 100 years of boxing, why isn't there loads of examples that Eddie Hearn or whoever else can give out and say, look, YB, look, everyone who disagrees with what Shillian's doing. If you don't like it, look at this guy from 1980, or look at this guy from last year who was in the same situation. This is literally record breaking. There's never ever been a bummy, random ass bum. There's never been a Brixton bummer like Shillian Shite, random ass challenger dude, average ass challenger, who's wanted anything more than their shot. That's been the standard. The standard for random bum challenges has been you get your shot. That's the standard for it. Yeah, should be grateful as well. And to be honest, anyone, never mind me, anyone you've spoken to within the sport who has any credibility, not Silver Spoon Hearn, anyone with credibility says the same thing. Yeah, everyone. Just look around the place. Usyk got paid 20%, said nothing. He grateful for his shot. Tyson Fury, fight Vladimir Klitschko, didn't say nothing. Grateful for his shot. Dillian Whyte, and by the way, all these people we've mentioned, they're undefeated. Even AJ, who did he fight? He fought Charlie Martin actually. He fought Charlie Martin, and I believe what was it? Was it even? I'm not even sure he was a mandatory. I don't think AJ was a mandatory. He paid to fly him over, which is completely different. But anyway, the bottom line is the standard thing for mandatory challengers is you get your 25%. Oh, my name's Dillian, and I think I've been that hard done by. You've been hard done by? You got knocked out by some old Russian don about being hard done. What planet are you, man, on? Now, linking this back in, and actually, before we go back into that, let me say this as well, just quick time. Wait a minute. I've just given you the wide argument of why Dillian's argument, why this whole stuff that's going on, the whole reason, yeah, you're hearing Hearn saying, oh, I hope it happens, and we've still got things going on. AK, it ain't happening. AK, Hearn has let slip, it ain't happening, unless Dillian Whyte, unless the challenger's terms are all met. I'm not being funny here, but we've already seen Dillian's quite happy not to, Dillian's proven he will do what he wants to do. And I'm not, obviously you man fans, obviously all the Dillian Whyte wanna be wifeys. Oh Dillian, you're so hard. Oh Dillian, I love how hard you are. Not turned to press conference. Oh Dillian, please be super hard again like that for me later tonight. That's what you man say, 100%. All the Dillian shite wanna be wifeys. Oh Dillian, you were so hard. Not turn up to the press conference. Please put some of your hardness in my backside next time. 100%. Yeah? That's what no whatever lie. I hacked into Dillian Whyte's voicemails and it was full of a whole bunch of zesty Dillian Whyte man fan YouTube donnies in his voicemail saying, oh Dillian, don't use all of your hardness for not turning up to the press conference. Save a bit for us later tonight. Yeah? We want to, you know what I'm saying? Wow, Dillian, you were so hard not turning to the press conference. Yeah? But next time, please don't use it all. Save a little bit for us later. And you know what I mean? A whole bag of man was begging for a little bit of Dillian Whyte's hardness. For them, yeah. Don't use it all Don't use it all for not missing. Don't use it all for missing the press conference, and save a bit for us to blow our back outs with. Yeah, to blow our back. Either way, scrap it, man. Listen, let me get back to this. Let's get back to the facts here, and the facts are this. Listen, your man Dillian, random ass bum ass challenger, the Brixton bomber, complaining about how hard done by he is, but really. Thinking more technically, yeah, what is Dillian Whyte really asking for? He's saying, I ain't gonna turn up, and I'm gonna make out I'm so hard done by, and if I don't get 40%, as you've heard there from Eddie Hearn, you heard him. Eddie Hearn said, if Dillian Whyte don't get 40%, he ain't turning up. That's what he's saying here. Oh, yeah, I hope the fight happens, and assuming all of our disputes get played out. Well, that means, assuming Dillian gets exactly what he wants, he'll turn up. Don't forget people, Dillian Whyte's already signed a contract. Eddie Hearn at this point should not be saying, Frank Warren exposed this. Frank Warren said, you've signed the contract now, everything's done. You goofy. Yeah? You've signed for the 17% guaranteed and the 10% to win. That's all locked in, people. There is no dispute. As far as the WBC's concerned, it's all locked in. And that's why when Frank said, you've signed, what planet are you on? I don't know what, again Dillian, I don't know what co-op lawyers you've got who have told you you can sign a contract and then backtrack. I don't know where they're doing that, yeah? That's on your business, that's your bad advice. Whoever's advised Dillian to sign something and then hope for the best, that's on him. But you're signed, you're locked in. So there is no, I'm afraid to break it to you, everyone, there is no, assuming all of Dillian Whyte's disputes get made will be there. No, that means you ain't got no intention of being there then. Because you've signed already to the 17 and 10. Now, there is an open arbitration. And that's what the point is. Ultimately, Dillian think, I'm going to get 40% and I'm going to turn up. But I hate to break it to everyone here, yeah? Even if, when I believe Dillian is going to be punked. I believe the arbitration is going to punk Dillian off in March. I think it may even be, within the next 30 days, I think the arbitration result will be in. And on that basis, Dillian Whyte is going to be punked. And he's going to end up being ordered at 20%. And he still ain't going to turn up. At this point, he's made it such a big deal of it. I believe ego will get in the way. Yeah? He'll think, nah, I'm going to die on this hill now. I'm going to die on the hill of being a bum. And what he'll do, he'll go back to the Sky. Don't forget, people, look at the angle here. Dillian's already set up the Skylink. Oops. Yeah, the Skylink has already been set up. Dillian Whyte's already punked Eddie Hearn off. Yeah? Don't forget, Frank Warren exposed. Oh, yeah. Frank Warren said a month ago, oh, Eddie Hearn ain't even in the cut anymore. It's Ben Shalom. Yeah? Dillian's brought in Ben Shalom into the mix now. He don't want Eddie. Eddie's no good to him. Because Dillian knows he needs pay-per-view. Because Dillian loves to rinse the UK fans fighting bums on pay-per-view. That's what he does love to do, and we know that. Dillian Whyte's whole history is layered here. But listen, you don't get the name the Brixton Bummer for nothing. You don't get the name the Brixton Bum Slayer for nothing. He loves fighting bums. He dare. Listen, you best believe, if your man Dillian Whyte books in to fight some bum, he gonna be at all the press conferences. You not find that ironic? Wait there a minute. Or you not find that suspect? Wait there a minute. All the bums Dillian's fought, he there. He at the press conference. He flipping tables. He's acting super hard. The minute he's in a fight where he knows he's gonna get clipped and he knows he's gonna get filled right away in for him, he missing. He's silent. Yeah, he on IG. He on IG grooming his dogs for Crufts 2023. That's what he's doing right now. Training his skinny dogs up for Crufts. Yeah, malnourished looking ass dogs. Anyway, listen. Like I was saying, you heard that from Hearn. Hearn let slip. Hearn and Team White got caught on a hot mic. Slipped. And he tried to backtrack. Oh no, yeah, of course he'll be there like any other fight. No, not like any other fight. Because any other fight, they're at the press conference. Any other fight, when you've signed the contract, it's done. My man, in fact, let me go to the quotes. Eddie Hearn says, I just hope the fight happens. Lots of arguments going on, you know. What do you mean? And that's the thing with bad people like Coogan. Yeah, Coogan was a knockoff EastEnders extra. He ain't really interviewer at any level. Of course, YB, you're broke. Yeah, I'm broke. He made it financially speaking, but I'm making it financially, as AJ's proven. Making it financially speaking don't mean you got no character or you got no IQ. Yeah. Not even a bit. It just means some don from the cabal blew your back right in for you and you got put on. One of them was. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. It just means some cabal don, he came up and, you know what I mean? Some cabal don, he came up and put it right in your... Listen. Anyway, Let me move on. Quick time. Like I said. Hearn's sitting there saying, I just hope the fight happens. There's lots of arguments going on now, and as long as they get resolved, you know. Coogan should have said, what do you mean? You know, because we don't know. What do you mean? As long as there are arguments, we've got a lot of arguments going on, and as long as they're resolved. What do you mean you signed a contract? It's all supposed to be locked in. So what exactly are you saying, Eddie? Are you saying, well, number one, yeah, well, bottom line, what are you saying? What do you mean? There's lots of variables going on that might not get Dillian Whyte in the ring on the night. What exactly are they? Because we don't want to hear, oh, well, he wanted a private jet or whatever else. Don't say that one for the night of the fight. Make sure you... That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make no sense to me. Why the night before the press conference would you bring up, we want a private jet? Why not? You knew the press conference was on for 2 weeks before that. Which tells me you're trying to be smart. Oh yeah, tell you what we'll do. We'll make loads of requests the night before, thinking we're smart. To give us an excuse not to be there. And the worst thing is, we can't even say, well, we know Dillian's going to get some top quality advice. Dillian has got a lawyer from Co-op. He's got 100%. Dillian Whyte is paying for legal services from Co-op. Yeah? Most people use Co-op for a corner shop. Dillian... That's where he's getting his legal services from. I've got a video coming soon exposing it all. That's where Dillian lawyers are out of. They're out of the cooperative legal branch. It's bad, I know. Yeah. Again, most people know Co-op for their local. You know what I mean? For the local bits. Your man Dillian, he all the way in. he getting his legal advice from some next co-op worker. 100%. That's a fact as well. That's the worst thing. So we can't even trust that. Well, we know Dillian getting good advice, and we know it's most likely going to be resolved. Unfortunately, Dillian Whyte is doing so many things that have been unprecedented. It's unprecedented for someone not to turn up to a press conference. It's unprecedented for a random bum challenger to make demands of wanting 40% out of nowhere. Yeah? You signed up to the WBC, and the WBC contract says they will do what they ultimately determine anything they want. If you didn't like it, you could have made your own, like the YB said 5 years ago. DAZN and Eddie Hearn should have done. Oops. You know, oh, my name's Eddie and I'm Silver Spoon. I'm so smart, you dopey. 100% dopey ass. Yeah? Back to this other cat, Shillian. Where was we? Oh yeah, lots of arguments on what's going on and what's not going on. Coogan, why aren't you pulling up on that? What do you mean there's lots of things going on? What are them things exactly? The people want to know right now what them things are, so there's no confusion. And let Eddie Hearn squirm. Apples and pears, apples. Oh, Kooky, don't worry about that. I got some apples and pears for you instead. Oh, Kooky, don't worry about that good question. I got some crap to talk about. Yeah, I got some bum show I got some bum show to promote that no one's interested in anyway. And then on the other video he says, let's just hope everything gets resolved and he can get in the ring. So again, these are on 2 different occasions in 2 different interviews. Eddie Hearn got caught slipping. But bottom line saying, or if you can read between the lines, everything, because really when you reverse the words here, Eddie Hearn saying, let's hope everything gets resolved and he'll get in the ring. In reality, he's saying, if the problems we've got get resolved, because why do you need to hope for? Oh, it's twice he says it. Oh, I just hope these problems get resolved. Well, that means that if they don't get resolved, you're not going to be there then. That's the opposite of that. Well, that's when all you have to do is change some words around, and Eddie Hearn saying, if things don't get resolved, he ain't going to be there. Hoping? What do you mean you're hoping? Hoping is what happens before the contract sign, people. Oh, for example, Eddie Hearn was hoping to get the Fury versus... Eddie Hearn was hoping... Oh yeah, Eddie Hearn was hoping to get Fury versus AJ. He was hoping to get AJ versus Wilder. They weren't signed. What do you mean you're hoping Dillian Whyte gets things... And it all comes down to ultimately the coin here. And that's the last thing. I'm going to end this video here and expose this whole narrative even more. I've already exposed it. I've already exposed the fact that no bum-ass challenger before in history has missed press conferences and insisted they're paid like a champion. 40% is champion money, I'm afraid. It really is. Example, well, when Tyson Fury was still undefeated, he fought Wilder and got paid 40%. He undefeated. He had clout. He'd beat Vlad. Yeah? That's what Tyson Fury accepted, 40%. And in fact, I'm pretty sure when AJ fought Charles Martin, he got paid 40%, I believe. Or maybe it's 50-50. But either way, he was a big star. You bum. Yeah, Dillian bum. He ain't a big star. Dillian Whyte, a pay-per-view scammer. That's the truth. The only way Dillian Whyte's known at all is because he got on Sky, that's it. And Eddie Hearn's finding out the power of Sky. Look at, not being funny here, look at Ben Chalong. Yeah, Ben Chalong has proven that it's nothing to do with Eddie Hearn. Because Ben Chalong now is doing exactly the same thing Eddie Hearn was doing. Eddie Hearn thought he was so magical. Eddie Hearn can't sell a lick of nothing on DAZN. But Ben Chalong now has come along and nothing's changed, has it really? Let's be real now. Has anyone missed a beat? The fact that Ben Chalong's now on Sky? No. There's been no difference. There's been no changes whatsoever. Proving that it's all about the platform. Which shows the power of the platform. Yeah? Look at Khan and Brook. Massive. The fight Eddie Hearn said was dead ends up being massive. Oops. Showing Eddie Hearn, number one, ain't got a clue what he's talking about. And number two, it's all about Sky. But anyway, let me get to this last point. And the last point is get into this specific demand. The specific point of Dillian throwing his toys at the pram or planning to. Eddie Hearn 100% is confirmed now, like you heard at the start of the video. Dillian Whyte, and not only Eddie Hearn saying it, I've heard from other sources. I've been meaning to do a video on this, and probably can do one anyway, but I've been hearing this. YB, don't expect the fight unless Dillian gets 40%. He ain't coming. All this now, because if he was, think about it, yeah? If Dillian Whyte had any intention of turning up for 20% or whatever percentage he's signed for, Eddie Hearn wouldn't need to say, I just hope it happens, would he? Because he'd be saying, well, Dillian's either going to get 40% and it'll be great, or he'll get 20% and it'll be there anyway. Either way, he's coming. Eddie Hearn didn't say that. Eddie Hearn said, oh, I hope things get resolved. So what does that mean then? That means he hopes he gets what he wants. Because Dillian's already proven, Dillian isn't looking for negotiation here. He's not looking for middle ground. If he was, he'd have taken the 30% Team Fury offered back in December. Oops, that's that's negotiation. That's meeting in the middle. Yeah, WBC guaranteed you 17%. We're guaranteeing you 30, and you want 45. That's bang, or 40. That's bang in the middle. He didn't want the middle, which makes sense why I'm hearing he want 40% or he ain't turning up. And now you've got Eddie with his butt twitching a bit, saying, "Oh man," and the fact Eddie Hearn kept saying the same words in different interviews, hours apart. Oh, I just hope things get resolved. I just hope this. I hope apples and pears. I just hope the fight happens, and there's lots of arguments going on right now. Yeah, he want the 40. But on that specific point, and the last thing I'm going to say, I promise, 100% promise, it's the last one now, but I want to expose the narrative of the 40% here in itself, because think about it. Dillian Whyte's claim, let's say Dillian Whyte had been done wrong. It has nothing to do with, and that's why I think Dillian's barking at all the wrong trees here. And again, this shows you the level or the ineptness of Dillian Whyte's legal advice. Who has advised Shillian to sue the WBC and link that to a purse? Yeah? Because the purse is to do with Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. The WBC takes a small sanctioning fee of a couple of percent. So, on what grounds does Dillian Whyte have to claim he wants 20%, which only really goes against Tyson Fury, doesn't it? Who does that penalise? Why would a judge rule, okay, Dillian Whyte, your claim is that you've been done wrong by the WBC for the last 3 years? Even if that claim is right, why am I going to award you 20% out of Tyson Fury's pocket? What's the legal basis for that? You want me to penalise Tyson Fury for what the WBC did? What muppet lawyers have you got that think that's going to happen? Yeah, so seriously, when I told you his lawyers are from Co-op, I wasn't joking. Who told him that? If Dillian Whyte had wanted a claim against WBC, that should be done in its own thing. Okay, we're going to sue WBC for whatever. What's that got to do with, oh, well, I'm suing them and we want 40%? What? How does that make sense? Because if I was Tyson Fury, I'd be saying, wait a minute, why am I being penalised for the WBC's problem? And if I was, to be quite frank, if I was Tyson Fury, I wouldn't fight. If, for example, it comes through at 40%, I wouldn't fight, because that don't make no sense. If Dillian Whyte's saying he's been done wrong by WBC, the WBC needs to get their hand in their pocket. But all in all, that's why I believe, even if Dillian Whyte did have a claim, the judge is going to throw it out and rule against him anyway, because no judge is going to penalise Tyson Fury for what the WBC's done. And that's even if he was found to have a case, which he doesn't, because he got knocked out by... And even if he didn't get knocked out, yeah? Dillian Whyte's moaning, oh, I've been done wrong. Done wrong how? There's loads of other things that happen in the meantime. Yeah? Loads of other things that have happened in the meantime. That Dillian Whyte didn't do anything about, just sat there. And as far as it comes to this point, by the time Dillian Whyte filed his lawsuit, yeah, he'd already been knocked out by Povetkin. So it's really messy in terms of the timeline. Dillian Whyte should have sued when he had that big long, when he was still counting. There was a time Dillian Whyte got to like 700 days or whatever. That's when he should have sued. That's when I was telling him to sue. Instead, he waited to get knocked out, and ever since being knocked out, Tyson Fury has been begging to give him the fight. So, I've been done wrong. How have I been done wrong? The minute Tyson Fury was ordered to fight you, he begging to get in your knickers for you. Yeah? He begging for a slice of the trillion. Oops. But again, you'd actually need some level of IQ to understand that. If you're from co-op, yeah, if you've been trained at the co-op legal services, you wouldn't understand that, and you'd think, yeah, my name #1 co-op lawyer. I'm going to sue Tyson Fury, essentially, for something the WBC did. That's definitely going to work. Dopey ass.